Hello, Liverpool fans. Welcome to the Liverpool Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates, and transfer stories straight from Anfield. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that subscribe button now and stay in the loop with all things Reds.
Forget that double at Brentford. Sunday's goal at Preston might end up being the most important that Darwin Nunez ever scores for Liverpool. Following 10 days of unimaginable grief, it was the sight of grinning Nunez reeling off two of Diogo Jota's celebrations after rolling the ball home at Deepdale, which brought a collective smile to Liverpool faces and which ensured that this first step on the most difficult journey was to be passed together. Prior to that, and as beautifully put by Arne Slot earlier on Sunday, no one was really quite sure what was the right thing to do. Even Conor Bradley's opening goal at Preston barely brought a flicker of recognition. The truth is that there is no right thing to do, of course. There never can be in grief. And nor is the journey through it linear, as evidenced by Nunez's tears in front of the away end after full time. But Liverpool life is never going to stop. And after scoring the goal, which at least tilted the balance of Anfield life in the positive direction, Nunez will now have a lot to say about the next steps towards something resembling normality. Because while not quite in the departure lounge, the Uruguayan has been lined up near the Liverpool exit door for quite some time. His last league start was in March, after which Slot didn't pick him from the beginning of a Premier League game again, due to a payment that would be due to former club Benfica. Nunez himself has long seemed resigned to the fact that he would be leaving the Reds this summer, and when news of Napoli's interest first arose, it looked to be a perfect match. The Italians remain interested in doing a deal, but Liverpool have understandably paused everything of late. Nunez will always have his fans at the club, but in truth, after 3 seasons at Anfield, it would still be no surprise to see him move on as long as the Reds get the fee they will be seeking. That will have always been the plan, however much plans can suddenly change. The addition of a new known .9 has always been on the agenda too, and a few market movements are now bringing the Reds back to the table when the time is right. Victor Gyökeres looks to be finally completing his protracted move to Arsenal, give or take a couple of agents' payments, while Victor Osimhen is always in the headlines and João Pedro has started life superbly at Chelsea. In amongst everything, it was interesting to note sudden interest in Benjamin Sesko following Liverpool on Instagram in a classic bit of summer transfer window content. It's all just a game at the end of the day. But for the next chess piece to fall, you have to look over to Tyneside. Newcastle's goal-scoring king Alexander Isak is a valuable piece that the fans hope is protected at all costs, but the sudden emergence of Hugo Ekitike like a galloping knight into the Geordie frame is intriguing. Ekitike's name, who has been long linked to Liverpool, of course, and shares startling similarities with Isak in the way he plays the known .9 role. Now in talks with the Frenchman, Newcastle are insisting that they want to play the two together, but how they make that work on both a financial and tactical level is unclear. It is possible, and such a thing has been done before, but after spending $55 million on Anthony Elanga and with well-publicised PSR issues to contend with, it will be fascinating to see just what their next move is. Liverpool's PSR headroom remains strong despite their outlay on Florian Wirtz, Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong this summer, with homegrown players like Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Kelleher and Jarell Quansah all generating pure profit transfer fees. More exits will follow theirs, with the Luis Diaz situation not going away. So, for now it is a waiting game, with many already putting 2 and 2 together and predicting that a remarkable move for Isak could just come off. Liverpool will want to stay in the conversation for the Swede, whose proven Premier League goal-scoring pedigree would make the champions an even scarier proposition. Former Liverpool defender Marcus Babbel believes Florian Wirtz is the signing of the summer, despite the enormous fee it took to prize him away from Bayer Leverkusen. The Reds stunned the Premier League and the rest of Europe when they bagged the much-coveted German superstar. The Premier League champions were eager to make a statement after sealing their 20th top-flight crown, and so pulled out all the stops to seal a deal for the ambitious 22-year-old. After months of speculation and fighting off the likes of Bayern Munich and Manchester City to land his signature, Wirtz joined Liverpool last month in a deal that could be worth a British record fee of $116 million. Babbel, 52, is a former Germany international who played for Liverpool from 2000 to 2004 and helped the Anfield side under the late Gerard Houllier win 4 major trophies. Despite the eye-watering fee, the 4-time Bundesliga champion believes the deal represents excellent value for his former club due to the Wirtz's clear class, claiming that even if Liverpool's bitter rivals Manchester United signed the playmaker, he would still echo the same sentiments. Florian Wirtz is easily the best signing of the summer transfer window so far, Babel told Games Hub. That was the deal of the year in my opinion, and that isn't just because the Premier League champions signed him. If Man United had made the deal, it would be no different. He's a fantastic player that will add so much value to the team. No one was talking about Liverpool getting the deal done either. Everyone assumed he'd join Bayern Munich, Man City or Real Madrid. But it was always clear to me from the start that he'd be heading to Liverpool to play under Arne Slot and alongside some of the best players in Europe, such as Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah. He added, I would be surprised if a club managed to pull off a signing as good as Wirtz to Liverpool. For me, there's no doubt that he's the best signing of the window. In the 5 years Wirtz spent at Leverkusen, the Germany international established himself as one of the best players in the world, hence the huge fee paid for his services by Arne Slot's side. Speaking after his unveiling as the Reds' record signing, Wirtz opened up on the high-profile move. I would like to win everything every year, he said. In the end, we want to be successful. Last season they won the Premier League, so my goal is for sure to win it again and also to go further in the Champions League. I'm really ambitious. Wirtz said choosing Liverpool was the next step he needed to take in his career, adding, I'm really excited to have a new adventure in front of me. This was also a big point of my thoughts. I want to have something completely new, to go out of the Bundesliga and to join the Premier League. I will see how I can perform there. I hope I can do my best. I just thought that it was the right point in my career to make the next step, and of course I wanted to get to a club that is from the top 3 in the world. In my opinion, Liverpool is one of them. I just saw myself in the best hands in Liverpool. Wirtz joins former Leverkusen teammate Jeremy Frimpong, Hungarian defender Milos Kerkez and Georgian and ex-Valencia shotstopper Georgi Mamadashvili as the Reds' newest faces this summer, as Slot looks to defend the Premier League title next season. Jordan Henderson is officially back in the Premier League. The former Liverpool captain is set to sign a 2-year deal with Brentford, turning down offers from Porto and other European clubs, all in a bid to revive his chances of making England's 2026 World Cup squad under new boss Thomas Tuchel. At 35, Henderson has already had a rollercoaster few years. He left Liverpool in 2023 for a mega money move to Saudi Arabia, but that didn't last. Just 6 months later, he made a switch to Ajax, where he wore the captain's armband but endured a turbulent time, including a failed title run and criticism over a potential Monaco transfer. Now, he returns to England and will replace Christian Norgård, who has just joined Arsenal. Henderson also reunites with former Liverpool teammate Keemin Kelleher, who became Brentford's new number 1 earlier this summer. With nearly 500 Liverpool appearances, a Premier League and Champions League title, and 84 England caps, Henderson brings serious leadership to Brentford's midfield under new manager Keith Andrews. This move comes just days after an emotional moment for Henderson as he attended the funeral of Diogo Jota, his former Liverpool teammate, who tragically passed away at just 28. A new chapter begins for Hendo, and Brentford fans will be hoping his experience helps drive them up the table. Jordan Henderson is set to sign a 2-year deal with Brentford to boost his World Cup hopes with England. The former Liverpool midfielder has quit Ajax and left the Dutch side 12 months earlier to return to the Premier League. Henderson, 35, turned down interest from Porto, among other European clubs, to return to England. The midfielder believes it will help his chances of making Thomas Tuchel's squad for next summer's World Cup. Henderson left Liverpool in 2023 to move to Saudi Arabia for a mega money contract worth £700,000 a week. But he didn't settle in the Middle East and moved to Ajax 6 months into the deal. He captained the Dutch side, but also came close to a move to Monaco back in January, which brought him criticism, before Ajax blew a 9-point lead in the Eredivisie title race to allow PSV to claim top spot. Henderson will link up with former Liverpool teammate Keemin Kelleher, who joined the Bees earlier this summer to be their new No. 1 pawn. Christian Norgård left for Arsenal this week, and Henderson is believed to be Denmark midfielder's replacement. Henderson brings a huge degree of experience to the Bees squad under new boss Keith Andrews, having won the Premier League and Champions League with Liverpool, as well as the FA Cup and 2 League Cups. He made 492 appearances in totals for the Reds as their skipper, scoring 33 times, and has also picked up 84 caps for England, playing at 3 European Championships and 3 World Cups. It is understood Henderson's move to Brentford will be formalised next week, with the news coming days after he attended the funeral of former Liverpool teammate Diogo Jota. Henderson could be seen wiping away tears after arriving at the ceremony following his shock death, aged just 28, after a car crash in Portugal last week.